It took just minutes to establish this armed incident in the heart of Sydney's business district was no simple robbery. A number of hostages could be seen, arms pressed against the windows of the cafe. Then the indication this was an altogether more sinister situation. In the background at first, a black Arabic flag was brought forward and pinned up against the window by some of the hostages. Another Arabic banner also visible in the minutes that followed. While some customers and staff were held captive inside, others only realised something was amiss when they tried to get into the cafe.
I was on my way to work this morning when I was trying to get inside and customers were waiting outside. No one knew what was going on. There were closed signs all around the place. And basically, a woman just shouted out, "He has a gun." So everyone just started running away like crazy.
As police began to surround the cafe, the hostage taker could be seen walking about inside. A middle-aged man wearing an Arabic headband and appearing to have a bag over his left shoulder. Local television stations reported he'd also been using a female hostage as a human shield as he walked around. One customer said he'd been inside just minutes before the drama unfolded.
I was in the cafe getting a takeaway coffee, and then I sat outside the cafe to chat on the phone. In those few minutes that I was on the phone, this unfolded. I don't know whether the gunman was in there when I was in the cafe or went in a minute or two afterwards, but either way this unfolded very, very quickly at about 9:35, 9:40 this morning, and inside that cafe there was no hint. People were sitting down, chatting over coffee, going about their normal business.
The hostage taker struck at the tail end of the morning rush hour, but the cafe would still have been busy. Police say there are an unknown number of hostages inside. A member of staff said he knew there was something wrong when he arrived for work and couldn't get in.
I walked up to the door and then everyone was sitting down and the door was locked, which is pretty weird because it's never locked. And there was one guy walking around with a hat and a beard. And he was just walking around just there, and I think I saw my manager there. And then I was talking to another guy. He told me it was armed robbery, and then that's when the police showed up, and then they cordoned off the whole area, and then that's when everyone inside put their arms against the window.
Although the police response is consistent with a terrorist-related incident, the authorities say it's still too early to confirm the hostage taker's exact motivation.
We are at this stage continuing to secure and make sure that we're doing all we can to bring this to a peaceful outcome. We want this matter resolved peacefully, and we will do all we need to ensure that. What we have also is a number of incidents that people believe may be connected to the city event, and that's not the case.
Indeed, there have been numerous security scares across Sydney, including one at the National Opera House, as the city and nation as a whole remains on high alert. The hostage situation comes just months after Australia raised its terror threat level amid concerns of a homegrown threat inspired by Islamist extremist groups like the Islamic State. There have been numerous arrests in recent weeks in connection with alleged plots to launch attacks on Australian soil.
Our thoughts and prayers must above all go out to the individuals who are caught up in this. I can think of almost nothing more distressing, more terrifying than to be caught up in such a situation, and our hearts go out to those people.
4 hours after the hostage taker struck here, police have been systematically evacuating surrounding buildings. This is one of Sydney's busiest districts, and the knock-on effect around the city has been immense, with transport gridlock. Almost 6 hours after it began, dramatic developments as 3 hostages managed to escape through a rear exit. As police firearms officers provided cover, the men ran into a back alley. But it's clear other hostages still remain inside. Police say they have now made contact with the hostage taker, but his motivation is still unclear.